Welcome to Popcorn Planet.
Hey up everyone, it's me, Steph, the alternate, your nerdy alternative. Yes, I am taking over Popcorn Planet again today. How y'all doing? My angle for my camera's a little bit skewy. Let me just put you guys a little bit further up. There we go. Hi everyone, how y'all doing? This wonderful Thursday evening, UK time of course, because it's about 9 o'clock right now. Told you I start at 9 o'clock on the dot, guys. This is not Andy time. How y'all doing? Yes, I am going to be talking about today Oprah betraying, completely abandoning Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, and I have some receipts. You guys can decide if it is the case or not. My opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Once you see the receipts, you might be thinking the same as me. That's all I'm gonna say. With that being said, though, before I jump into the main topic of the day, there's a little bit of housekeeping as always. Firstly, YouTube human reviewer, I see you lurking. Not going to say any trigger words or anything that's going to offend your ear holes. And for everyone else awesome enough to have clicked on this video, or if you're watching live, hey up, how y'all doing? If you love pop culture justice on the daily, then do make sure, no matter what, you click on that subscribe button, turn the notification bell to all, like this stream and video, comment down below what do you think once you've heard all the evidence and seen all the receipts. And if you want that little bit extra, you can always join today for as little as $5.99 a month. Become a Popcorn Planeteer. You get exclusive tidbits from Andy himself, and you get to see the full stream on replay, because we always, 9 times out of 10, shorten them for public consumption. So, with that being said, guys, I think we better jump into this, shall we? Whilst I'm doing so, if anyone sends any super chats or donations in the meantime, I will get to them as soon as possible. So do bear that in mind, guys. And here we go. First and foremost, we're talking about Boozy's best mates. Yeah, here we go. Ta-da! Boozy's best mates, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. I just want to essentially, throughout this all, make you guys aware that Nate is still going ahead with his defamation lawsuit against Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's best mate, Christopher Boozy himself. So please, if you do have any spare dollars, do go over to the GoFundMe for Nate. Let's build up his legal war chest even further. My opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, it's the best chance we've got to legally beat Boozy. Oh, and Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's best mates. Another best mate of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, when I could get my teeth back in, it's been a long day, guys, is Oprah, but I don't think so any longer. Oh no. So it has been reported that Oprah is distancing herself from Harry and Meghan with an unexpected coronation bombshell. So she's revealed whether she thinks Prince Harry and Meghan Markle should attend King Charles's coronation. Now, we don't know yet if they're actually going to attend or not. So the rumours are that Prince Harry's going to go, but Meghan Markle isn't, because apparently she's a scaredy cat and she don't want to face the music, so she's got to basically, opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, feed Prince Harry to the wolves. Yeah! Anyway. So, presenter Gayle King asked Oprah, do you think they should go? Do you think they should not go? Is it something you'd like to comment on? I'm listening. Oprah replied, I think they should do what they feel is best for them and for their family. That's what I think. That's what the bottom line comes down to. What do you feel like is the right thing for you? And then she added, they haven't asked me my opinion. No, they have not. Oh, so all of this is indicating that she is really distancing herself from the duo at the moment. And There's a lot of evidence to support this notion that Oprah Winfrey is abandoning, and in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, betraying Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. So let's get into all that evidence. First and foremost, okay, October 27th, 2022. On the oprahdaily.com, which is Oprah's website, okay, she is publicising Prince Harry's book, right? Brilliant. What you would expect from a busy mate for Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, right? Brilliant. However, I wonder if Oprah's nose got a little bit out of joint, because once the book was released, what they said in that Oprah interview, well, that book undermined quite a bit of what they told Oprah Winfrey, right? Oprah Winfrey's nose has got to be a little bit out of joint for that one, right? So, essentially, there's some striking differences between the two accounts of how the royal family's impressions of Meghan changed over time. So, Harry told Oprah that, in an echo of a storyline from The Crown, his and Meghan's 2018 tour of Australia led to jealousy in the family that caused the rift. But in the book, he reveals that things were far from perfect behind the scenes months before that trip. So already, if you just look on that alone, all right, he told Oprah one thing, and then in the book, it's saying completely the contradiction, right? Oprah probably ain't happy about that. But oh, wait, there's a more. Because remember when in that Oprah interview, that little comment about the royal family being racist? Oh, that was like the biggest thing to have come out of that Oprah interview, right? However, the book contradicts that as well, and especially in Prince Harry's press tour, because if you remember this bit, when he spoke to Tom Bradby about a week before Spare was released, he completely contradicts what he and Meghan Markle said to Oprah in that interview, and said, no, we didn't call the royal family racist. Oh, no. It's unconscious bias. Oh, yeah. And then, after all that, think about it. You would have thought, once the book was released and it were breaking records, Guinness World Records confirmed the 1.4 million figure made Spare the fastest selling non-fiction book of all time, breaking the record previously held by former President Barack Obama's memoir, A Promised Land. You would have thought at that point, well, maybe she might still promote it on her Oprah Daily website, because, a lot of things that they said in that Oprah interview to her has been contradicted in that book, but oh my goodness, it's breaking records, and they publicised it months before it was released, so you'd think they'd publicise it after it was released, right? No. Instead, guys, she releases on the 14th of March, a couple of days ago, the complete list of all 100 books in Oprah's book club, right? Now, for a book that's broken records and presumably, they're busy mates, you would think that Prince Harry's book, Spare, would be in this 100 books in Oprah's book club, right? Oh, no. Nowhere to be found, guys. Oh, no. And the only thing, right, that she has mentioned on her website, Oprah Daily, recently is Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's children becoming prince and princess, which everyone was reporting on anyway. And it wasn't even written by Oprah. It was written by Emily Burak. Oh, okay. Now, another one? You are another one? Well, before we get to that point, Lewis, can you hear me, mate?
Yeah. I got you right here. Can you hear me? I had some technical difficulties. I apologize for being late. What is up, Steph? What is up, Popcorn Planet?
Hello, Lewis. Thank you very much for joining. We can't see you, though.
Huh. That may be a good thing. but here I am.
There we go. There we go.
There you go.
So, what we've just explained so far is one part of Oprah Winfrey abandoning and betraying Meghan Markle and Prince Harry in relation to A, her comments in regards to whether or not they should be going to the coronation, and B, her not promoting Prince Harry's spare book after it was released and the reasons why. In a nutshell, the book contradicts quite a few key points of what they said to her in the interview, which will have put her nose out of joint, opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. And then as I try and get my thoughts together, and then, you know, B, on her Oprah Daily website, she months ago promotes the book back in October that it's going to be released. But then afterwards, once it is released, there's nothing about that book whatsoever. It's not mentioned at all. Even in a couple of days ago when she released an article of her 100 top books, Spare is nowhere to be seen. Even though it broke records, you would have thought one of their best mates, Oprah, would have included Harry's Spare in that list. Oh, no, no, no. Not at all. But wait, guys. There is officially more.
Yeah.
So, Oprah, in a nutshell, thinks that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have an opportunity for peacemaking with the royal family. Now, this was reported back in September. This was around the time that Queen Elizabeth II had sadly passed away. Okay? Now, bear with me on this because there's method to my madness here. So, she spoke to Excerpt and she said, well, this is what I think. I think in all families, you know, my father passed recently this summer, and when all families come together for a common ceremony, the ritual of, you know, burying your dead, there's an opportunity for peacemaking. And hopefully there will be that. Okay? So she's turning around and she's saying to Meghan and Harry, do you know what? Opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Knock it off. Let's stop now. This is a time for peace. You've said what you need to say. Come together as a family and be as one, be united, make peace. Now, did that happen? Oh, no, it didn't, guys. Because since then, we've had, of course, the book that's come out that contradicted a lot of what Prince Harry and Meghan Markle said in the Oprah interview, which would have put her nose out of joint, I would have thought. But also, we had the mockumentary itself on Netflix. They obviously reported on it on Oprah Daily because they do mention the interview with Oprah. So, you know, it's a little bit of free press for them. But they do not mention anything else from this mockumentary. So you have Oprah that's turning around and saying, back in September, you know, it's time for you to make peace. And they don't do that. No, in December, they fan the flames even further between themselves and the royal family. And so, you know, the whole option of peace becomes further and further distant. Essentially disobeying our Oprah. She doesn't like that, does she? And so you've got the mockumentary that completely flies in the face of what Oprah saying months before, which is, come on, start making peace. You've got the book that contradicts many things that they said in the Oprah interview. You've got Oprah now, where on her website, she promoted the book before, didn't promote the book afterwards, not even on her top 100 list of books. She's now turning around and saying, you know, they should be making peace. And is completely distancing herself, using distancing language when she's asked about should Meghan and Harry go to the coronation, because she's turning around and saying, I ain't spoken to him recently. I ain't got no to do with him anymore. Right? Well, let's go on to some further receipts to potentially prove that she is abandoning and betraying Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. And it's this. So Oprah Winfrey had a 69th birthday party a couple of months ago, and it tied in with an Anastasia Beverly Hills event. And you would have thought, as Bezzy mates, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry would have been there, but they weren't. Oh no. Sofia Vergara went, there was Jessica Alba, Sharon Stone, Heidi Klum, Kim K. But no Prince Harry or Meghan Markle. Oh no. They were nowhere to be seen. Now, Lewis, the way that they tried to explain it, the way that they tried to spin it was, oh, well, you know, we didn't want to go to Oprah's birthday party because we didn't want any negative press on her, this, that, and the other. But around about the same time, what did they do? They attended Ellen DeGeneres' vow renewal ceremony. And their pictures were in every single paper at that point. Sorry, Lewis, what was that?
Sounds like they had no invite to the Oprah event.
Correct.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because, right. Why would they go to another place if they're worried about, you know, sharing the toxicity or tainting Oprah's reputation, who I'm not really a fan of, by the way, but yeah. So yeah, it sounds fishy to me.
Does sound fishy.
Double talk.
Yes. So you've got that. At that time, the book was released, but nothing on her website, Oprah Daily, to promote that book. Nowhere on her social media is she promoting that book that I could have found. The only thing was back in October, they promoted that it was going to be released. But since it was released, guess what? Like I've been saying, there were so many contradictions that were found in that book that contradicted what they said in that Oprah interview. The biggest one of which is, oh no, we didn't accuse the royal family of racism. Oh no, it's just unconscious bias. That must have made Oprah feel like an absolute idiot, don't you think?
Yeah. She's Oprah's all about ego. Don't kid yourself, people. Like, so she's after herself. I'm sure she's distancing herself because, like Steph has reported, the polls aren't showing these two in a good light. Steph, if they were polling high, you know, Oprah would have been putting their book in the top, in her top list, right?
Right.
Or am I wrong? Yeah.
Because Lewis, exactly, a couple of days ago, she released the top 100 books, right? Mm-hmm. Prince Harry's Spare, for better or for worse, broke Guinness World Record. Fastest selling book than Barack Obama, right? Memoir. Doesn't mention Spare at all in that list. It's not there. You would have thought it would have been there, but it's not. Like, oh my goodness. She reports on it before it's released, but there's no report on it afterwards. Interesting that, don't you think?
Yeah, but if you follow Oprah's career, it's it's not that surprising.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're here to point it out because a lot of people, you know, she's been around since the 80s, Steph. Were you even born there? When she was
86.
Oh,
you cheeky what's it? I'm an 80s baby. Bug off.
Yeah, but she's been on top of the world forever, and we like people. I never really watch a show, but it's not that difficult to figure out her pattern, her way of how she carries on her brand, and stuff like that. And yes, Steph is letting me talk. I know guys in the comments are like, let Lewis talk. Of course, Steph is the expert in this topic. So I'm actually learning as I go, man. So, but I could tell you one thing, Oprah is very hypocritical, Steph. I don't know if you all know that in the UK and stuff like that. She's a character.
She is.
Yeah.
And there's even further evidence, in my opinion, conspiracy theory or whatever, that she's completely abandoned and betrayed Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. So let's have a look at her Instagram, where we actually hear from Oprah directly. So the last time she mentions our Azza, Absolute, is around about May 2021. With the docuseries The Me You Can't See. You got that one there. And you got that one there. And the last time she mentions our Megsy is December 2020.
Mm.
Over 2 years ago. And that was when Meghan was investing in Clever Blends, which is this latte coffee situation, which I actually reported on this, how it's a little bit dodgy what Meghan's invested in there, opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. So do go on my channel and look at that video because it's insane what's uncovered there. But the last time Oprah Winfrey mentions Meghan Markle is December 2020. So, yeah, you've got a situation, guys, where, you know, Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, Oprah Winfrey, they have this whole air right at the beginning of the best mates, the neighbours, the this, that and the other. They have the first interview with Oprah. They say all this shiz. Oh, and then she starts distancing herself from them in recent times, saying, oh, well, you know, you could talk to me about whether or not they're going to go to Coronation, but I don't know because I ain't spoken to him in a while. Oh, I wonder why that is. Could it be because since Spare came out, it's contradicting a lot of what they said in that Oprah interview, which would have made her look like an idiot? Could it be that back in September, Oprah Winfrey turns around and says, look, you know, now is the time for peacekeeping, for peacemaking, now that Queen Elizabeth II has died, let's, you know, family unity, this, that and the other. But then months later, they fan the flames again with the mockumentary in the book. Because the last time she mentions any of them on Instagram is for Harry 2021 and for Meghan 2020. She reports on Harry's book before it's released, but don't report on it afterwards. Specifically, the top 100 books, she doesn't even mention it there, even though it broke records. She doesn't invite them to a birthday party in conjunction with Anastasia Beverly Hills, but she's inviting everyone else. Oh, guys, I don't think it's looking good at all between Oprah, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. And I think she's completely abandoned and betrayed him. And is just not supporting him at all at this point and distancing herself completely. Which we all know, opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, that Oprah does like to abandon and betray. Just ask the Michael Jackson family on that one. But Lewis, what do you think overall to this?
Yeah, well, I mean, again, it's the polls. It's Oprah. Oprah is a brand. People know that. If you've been following her just slightly, I mean, some people are blind to Oprah. Is at a point, especially during the 90s, I guess early 2000s, was very, very. She was a role model, especially to women and stuff. So it was very difficult when I would speak to people and go, hey, like, she's a little bit hypocritical. They shoot me down right away. But I think, Steph, this is, you know, she, in my opinion, you know, she's friends with Meghan. She's flaming, you know, she's fanning the flames. And then all of a sudden, you know, the polls go down and she's not talking to them anymore, right? So my opinion is, if their popularity was still high, Oprah would be Oprah would be cool with them. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind with that, especially when you link it to the way she treats the Jackson family and everything like that, with the slanderous documentaries and everything. She's shady. She's shady. So I think they're both kind of like similar people in a way.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, but sometimes birds with the same feather don't like to flock together.
Yeah, I mean, you are right. The tide has turned because the latest opinion polls have showed that originally Meghan Markle and Prince Harry were like 13th and 14th most popular royals. The only one that was lower down than them was Prince Andrew, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's worsened even further. They are less popular now than even Prince Andrew. Yeah. They're less popular than Prince Andrew. And the last poll that I saw showed that in the UK, over 2/3 of adults polled did not like Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
Well, let me ask you a question, Steph, because you know, you're from another continent. How
Right.
popular is Oprah?
We know of her.
Know of her, but she's not really someone that could like move the needle politically or anything like that. Okay.
No, and not even culturally. Like if she recommended a book, it wouldn't sell out for us. We wouldn't even know
Okay.
she's recommended it. She's just not. Of course, internationally she's known. Her name is known, but nah, she's not. She's not culturally influential for us
Do
at
you
all.
think her distancing herself is because she wants to be popular in the British community? Do you think that's part of the reason she wants to maybe do something over there? I was thinking maybe she was popular over in Europe, and then she's like, oh well, let me distance myself now because the polls are down. Is that a possibility, or you don't see it that way?
No, I don't see it that way. I see it that she's distancing herself because she A, the public polls, and B, the way that Hollywood is distancing themselves.
So American.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
American.
So you've had South Park, you've had Chris Rock, you've had Rebel Wilson, you've had Saturday Night Live, like and many others that have like spoken out and been like, yeah, we'll stop it with the worldwide privacy store. We're enough with the whans kind of situation. Because Oprah, she relies on the American market heavily. When it comes to international, Europe, from what I know, I live in Europe, right? The continent of Europe.
Yeah.
Nah.
Even Ben Shapiro has been talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, forget his politics or whatever, but it's like both sides of the aisle are agreeing with these people that that they're toxic. They're agreeing that they're toxic. So
they've just had enough. They've had enough of
Right.
it. But Rebecca Oliver has been a member for 9 months. On the next level, saying, hey, Lewis, hey, Steph, there were bigger issues with race than Meghan, and I have a feeling after the Do You Think They Seal special and the result of the Derek Chauvin trial airing the same day. I don't understand that comment, but okay.
Well-
And Joetta Bragg has been a member for 1 month. Thank you. Saying Oprah started out more like Jerry Springer. Okay.
Really?
Okay. That's interesting.
A quick, I may show my age here, but all the talk shows, they were kind of serious until Geraldo had some supremacist on and they threw a chair at him. And if you guys remember the chair incident with Geraldo, because he had a talk show as well, the ratings went through the roof. And that's when you saw a lot of the talk shows starting to go like what we consider now the Jerry Springer approach, where it's over the top to get ratings. So yeah, that's how that came about. But there was Geraldo Rivera, there was Donahue, Oprah came in, and a few others back in the day. But it's very difficult, Steph, to see like Meghan Markle and Oprah trying to be the voice of the race and reason when they're billionaires, because a lot of the issues when people talk about color and being oppressed is poverty and not being able to afford your next meal and not being able to get a job because the employers don't trust you or they're bigots. And to hear people like this who are privileged people regardless of color cry about it, people are getting sick of that stuff, and that's why people are turning on Prince Harry and crying about being oppressed when you're like on top of the world. Get out of here, dude. Try paying for a gallon of gas in California.
Well, this is the thing, right? And, in the UK, we've got a cost of living crisis at the moment. People are having to choose between heating their house and eating. Like, it's got quite desperate. And for them to be turning around and saying, oh, woe is me, time and time and time again, they are out of touch. they're not living in the same reality that the rest of the world is. Which, okay, that's a factual situation. Their status, where they've come from, where they're at. Of course, they're going to be living in a different reality, but they're out of touch with like the rest of us, if that makes sense.
Yes, I
They're
agree.
tone deaf. They're not reading the room. They're not realizing that what they're saying, it's not actually working for them. It's, you know, the more they try and dig their heels in with this whole narrative of we're the victim, wah, the more we push back and we're like, shut the hell up. What are you saying? Guys, you've nothing to freaking cry about, really, in the grand scheme of things. Read the damn room, right?
Right.
But Lisa Rodriguez, thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat, saying this Michael Jackson fan has disliked Oprah. Yeah, especially what she did with the Finding Neverland documentary and that interview special that she did afterwards, and it was just, yeah, it is a betrayal of the Jackson family, and I'm 100% on board. I do not trust Oprah. I do think she is a snake. Someone asked in the chat, I can't find who now, does Oprah think that she was used by Meghan and Harry? I think they used each other.
Yes, facts.
I think they used each other.
Yeah. Oprah's look, she has her faults, but she's one thing you can't take away from her. She's smart. So she knows when she's being used or someone's trying to use her and it's a one-way street. They used each other. You know what I mean? They both used each other's platform to amplify their voice, right? Oprah was trying to pander and make her a brand holier than thou. And now that the polls are down, she's running. You know, so, and the same thing with Michael Jackson. She, in my opinion, she probably thought bashing Michael Jackson would get her more popular. Little did she know that people actually researching stuff nowadays are going to push back and tell her that, you know, tell her that her documentary was off, you know?
Absolutely. Well, for those that are watching live, stay exactly where you are. For those that are watching on the replay, that's the end of this segment. Do make sure, if you do want to watch the full replay of the Pop Culture Justice live streams, make sure you join today for as little as $5.99 a month. Become a Popcorn Planeteer. You get exclusive access to the full daily streams, plus as well some tidbits exclusively from Andy himself. And if you haven't done so already, click on that subscribe button straight away, turn the notification bell to all, like this stream, and comment down below what do you think to what we've just discussed in today's video. And a little bit of an extra ask, if you haven't done so already, please head on over to Nate the Lawyer's GoFundMe, because another best mate of our Hazard and Megs is none other than, yes, Boozy himself, Christopher Boozy of Bot Sentinel. And Nate the Lawyer at the moment is going ahead with his defamation lawsuit against Christopher Boozy. We need to help as much as possible towards this war chest. I certainly believe it is the best chance we have got against Boozy, and so let's go. If you've got any spare books, please go on over to the GoFundMe. If you support Nate the Lawyer and you support what he's doing with the lawsuit, yeah, go on over and please donate today. I'll put in the link now to that, as I'm doing, because, you know, I'm taking over the channel, so I can do it if I want to. I can spam if I want to. So there we go. Send some Boozy books over to Nate the Lawyer and his GoFundMe if you can. Also, as well, if you liked what was coming out of Lewis's gob, and why wouldn't you, do head over to Nerd Report, youtube.com/Nerd Report. Lewis, when they go onto your channel, what are they to expect, mate?
Oh, dude, like double the Lewis. Mayhem, destruction, I don't know. Listen, I'm digging into the true crime stuff, Brian Koberger, Idaho 4 stuff. We're talking about Jaina Ortega, So, Steph, this is hilarious. Someone called her on Twitter unprofessional for publicly saying that the producers during Wednesday, she had some creative differences with them. She said that during a podcast, and someone tweeted out, "You shouldn't go public with your complaints about producers." A producer said that on Twitter. So it's like, oh my God. So they're trying to bring down Jenna Ortega a little bit because she's a rising star, and that's what happens when these people start to see you move up. They try to bring you down and stuff. Because I see Jenna Ortega is big actress now. I'm not sure if she's big in the UK or if you're aware, but yeah, that's one of the topics. You know, we go, and car chases. Nerd Report loves car chases. So if you want to start a car chase, before you do it, make sure to tweet at me so I could be ready to videotape you and react to your car chase. People love car chases.
Oh, so that's all on Over Nerd Report with Lewis. And if you loved what was coming out of my gob, and why wouldn't you? My logic is undeniable. Do make sure you also head on over to my channel. Yes, youtube.com/Steph the Alter Nerd. I am your nerdy alternative to news and pop culture served on the daily with a lot of sass and gobbiness. Let's keep it 100, guys. At the moment, I do have a hyper focus on the royal family. In particular, Hazza and Megxy. My latest daily nerd. Oh, YouTube's not happy with this one. He's desperate. Meghan Markle fights to stay relevant and turns to Kris Jenner to save her. Want to know more? Go onto my channel, hit that subscribe button, help us get to 100k so we can get that silver play button right there for us all. And watch my latest video because, if I do say so myself, it is awesome. So there we go. I did a little bit of research into it. So you guys should be enjoying that. In the meantime, like I said, for all those that are watching on the replay, thank you so much for tuning in. Everyone that's watching live, stay exactly where you are because we're going to be back with you in a few moments. But on the replay, here's some videos. Clickety-click, clickety-click, lickety-lick.